so I'm gonna talk Alex through some behind the neck presses here. He hasn't really done this movement, so it'll be a good fresh start, and then he can add this exercise to his repertoire to build some bolder shoulders. So the way I like to start it off is just basically getting under the bar like you're about to do a squat. More like a high bar, so get the bar on the top of your traps.
Cool. Should I worry about width?
Don't worry about width right now. You can figure that out once you've started to press, and if it's feeling a little odd, you can always make that change later.
Cool.
So then from here, you're gonna try to get, just like you're doing a regular military press, try to get your elbows underneath your wrists, and then you're gonna press up to the ceiling.
Now, with a regular like military press, I know you like try to bring the head through. What's the finish position here?
So with the behind the neck press, you're gonna wanna keep your head almost tucked a little bit more forward. And one thing that you did right off the bat too is you kind of threw your elbows forward as you started to press. This is really common because people think tucking their arms because they're used to working in front. So almost think letting your elbows flare out and just keeping them directly underneath your wrists.
Gotcha.
And then it's just pressing the bar up to the ceiling, keeping the head forward. And that right there's a perfect behind the neck press.
Cool. How does weight scale relative to like a military press?
It really depends on the individual. Some people are really comfortable working behind their head, and it's like they can hit like 90% of what they do in front. Some people, just that awkward range behind really tanks their strength. So it is highly individualized, but it'll probably be at least like 10, 20% less than your regular military press, depending how much you can push. If you have a really strong military press, it'll probably be, absolute loads will probably be a little bit lower. Okay, so we've thrown the 25s on. We'll get Alex to go here.
Okay. So don't try to throw the elbows under. Kind of let them flare a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that like really at the bottom, there's like a big drop off in strength. You know, like I feel really good by the time I get to like here, like the back of my head. But man, the bottom, it's like totally undeveloped.
Yeah, so you're getting those really, really extreme ranges of motion on the shoulders at the bottom. Once you kind of get to the crown of your head, which is pretty much where you're stopping, that's almost like you would on a regular overhead press or military press, and you're kind of starting to come through. So strength-wise at the top, it's pretty much the same as there. Here you're in that disadvantaged position, really relying on that anterior delt, at least I think so, and then having to overcome those awkward positions. One thing that could also help is like the classic, like squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit, and that might help keep your elbows from coming forward a little bit and help with the flare. Try it out. If it doesn't help, don't use it. You kind of have to individualize the cues that work for you, and then just go with it over time.